Hong Kong, Kowloon District, Ip Man's private training hall. March 3rd, 1967, Friday evening, 8:00 p.m. The atmosphere inside the dojo feels dense. Not with moisture, but with expectation, with the pressure of something that has never occurred before. Something that should not be taking place now, yet is. 30 Wing Chun students sit silently along the edges of the compact training hall. All senior pupils, all disciples who have practiced under Grandmaster Ip Man for years, some for decades. They are present because they were called for a demonstration, an evaluation that no one imagined they would see. In the middle of the room, two men stand 10 ft apart, facing one another. Ip Man, age 74, the Grandmaster, the icon, the figure who carried Wing Chun from Fossen to Hong Kong, who trained thousands, who safeguarded the art through war, through hardship, through displacement. He stands in traditional Chinese attire. Black silk, modest, refined, his posture flawless despite his age, his hands resting easily at his sides, his expression serene, yet his eyes alert, concentrated. This is not a frail elderly man. This is a master at the height of his ability. Opposite him, Bruce Lee, age 27, dressed in black trousers, black footwear, bare-chested, his physique a carving of muscle and precision, lean, strong, prepared. He stands not in a Wing Chun stance, but in something altered, his own formulation, a blend of Wing Chun and something surpassing Wing Chun. His hands likewise loose, his face courteous yet resolute. This is not merely a student. This is a master in his own measure. For 15 years, Bruce has trained under Ip Man, beginning at age 13, a slim, problematic teen who joined the school to learn to fight, to shield himself from street gangs and aggressors. Ip Man accepted him, instructed him not only in techniques, but in philosophy, not only in combat, but in comprehension. For 15 years, Bruce absorbed all that Ip Man taught, and then he began to expand it, to challenge it, to transform it. 3 years ago, Bruce departed Hong Kong, traveled to America to teach, to bring martial arts to Hollywood. In those 3 years, he crafted his own system, Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. Not Wing Chun, yet born from Wing Chun. Modified, adjusted, progressed. Some label it advancement, some label it disloyalty. Now Bruce has come back to Hong Kong to visit his teacher, and the question that has lingered unsaid for 3 years must be resolved. Has the student exceeded the master? Has Bruce's evolution outmatched Ip Man's tradition? Is Jeet Kune Do superior to Wing Chun? There is only one method to discover the answer. Ip Man proposed this trial himself. We will fight, he declared. No restraint, no teacher-student softness. We engage as equals for 20 minutes or until one yields. Bruce hesitated to strike his master. It felt improper, irreverent, but Ip Man insisted. You have advanced beyond what I taught you. I must witness how far you have gone. This is not disrespect. This is the concluding lesson. The 30 students seated along the walls are convinced of the result. Ip Man will triumph, must triumph. He is the Grandmaster, the foundation, the origin. Bruce is extraordinary but remains the disciple. The branch cannot surpass the trunk. That is the natural law. That is how it has always existed. But some of the younger students who have observed Bruce in recent years are uncertain. They have witnessed his quickness, his force, his creativity. They have heard accounts from America of Bruce defeating champions, forging his own direction. They question quietly if the impossible may unfold. Ip Man speaks first, his tone soft but distinct. Bruce, you were my student for 15 years. I passed to you all that I know. Now you have followed your own road. This is good. This is how martial arts progress. But tonight I will see if your way surpasses mine, or if you still have lessons remaining. Bruce bows deeply with sincere honor. Sephew, all that I am comes from you. What I have built stands upon the base you provided me. Tonight I will demonstrate not that I am superior, but that your instruction was so powerful that it allowed me to rise beyond it. That is your legacy. Ip Man inclines his head, a faint smile. Then let us start. No judge, no signal, no ritual. The two men simply begin. Bruce shifts first, not striking but flowing into his Jeet Kune Do posture. Left foot forward. Not the centerline stance of Wing Chun, but something more fluid, more adaptable. Ip Man observes this instantly. His student has indeed transformed. Ip Man attacks, a chain punch, the hallmark of Wing Chun. 3 strikes in swift sequence, direct along the centerline. Rapid, exact, relentless. Bruce does not defend in the Wing Chun manner. Instead, he slides sideways, leaving the centerline, countering with a finger jab aimed at Ip Man's eyes. Ip Man diverts it, steps back, repositions. The first exchange lasts 3 seconds. Already both men have discovered something. Bruce's lateral motion is quicker than Ip Man expected. Ip Man's chain punches are crisper than Bruce recalled. For 2 minutes, they trade, examining, exploring. Bruce uses linear attacks. From directions Ip Man does not anticipate. IPMAN applies centerline principles but adjusts to Bruce's movement. Neither is overpowering, neither is withdrawing. They are evenly balanced. The students observe quietly. Some are astonished. Bruce is not being overrun. He is matching their Grandmaster blow for blow. This should be impossible. Others feel excitement. This is the pinnacle of Wing Chun they have ever witnessed. Instructor and pupil, both at their summit. 5 minutes slip by. Both men inhale more heavily, not from fatigue, from intensity, from concentration. Every action is countered. Every strike is neutralized. IPM-man attempts a low kick. Bruce checks it and replies with a back fist. Ip Man traps the limb, yanks Bruce off his balance. Bruce rotates out, re-establishes stance. The students lean in now. This is not what they predicted. They anticipated Ip Man would dominate, would give Bruce a lesson, would remind him who the master is. Instead, they witness a clash between equals. 10 minutes. Ip Man shifts tactics, moves toward grappling, seizes Bruce's wrist, draws him near, attempts a throw. Bruce drops his weight, neutralizes the leverage, nearly throws Ip Man instead. Ip Man uses the motion. They break apart, both panting now, both perspiring. Bruce's expression shows focus. And something more, worry, not for himself, for his teacher. Ip Man is 74, Bruce is 27. Difference in age is 47 years. Can Ip Man sustain this tempo? Should Bruce restrain himself? But if man's eyes say clearly, do not offend me with mercy. 15 minutes. Both fighters move slower, not from frailty, from prudence, from esteem. Each technique now is deliberate, calculated. They understand each other's timing, each other's rhythms. They train together for 15 years. They can perceive each other's intentions before the technique emerges. If man feints high, strikes low. Bruce reads it, counters, but his counter is also a feint. A man foresaw this, blocks, counters. Bruce anticipated that, deflects. They are playing strategic chess at the velocity of combat. The students are observing something they will recount for the remainder of their lives. This is not merely a duel. This is a dialogue between two masters expressed in the dialect of Wing Chun and its transformation. 18 minutes. Ip Man lands a palm strike on Bruce's chest. Not full strength, but enough to push Bruce backward 2 steps. First clean contact. The students whisper. Ip Man still possesses it, but Bruce instantly answers with a side kick to Ip Man's thigh. Ip Man absorbs it. Barely reacts, yet his leg receives the force. They reset, circling, both revealing the strain of 18 minutes of non-stop elite-level combat. If man's breathing is heavy, Bruce's shoulders tight from unbroken tension. Both are nearing their thresholds. 20 minutes. IPM man attempts one final forceful sequence. Chain punches into a palm strike leading into a low sweep. The classic Wing Chun assault rhythm. Bruce avoids the punches, shuts down the palm, leaps over the sweep, responds with a direct punch that halts an inch from man's face. Restrained at the final instant, man stops, not from fear, from awareness. That punch would have connected, would have finished the contest. Bruce could have prevailed but held back out of respect, out of affection for his instructor. Man steps away, lifts his hand. Enough. The hall falls silent, the students puzzled. Who succeeded? Did a man concede? Did Bruce restrain himself? What occurred? 22 minutes from commencement to conclusion. Both fighters stand breathing heavily, looking at one another with something deeper than respect, with understanding, with the bond of 15 years of teaching and learning. Ip Man approaches Bruce, places his hand on Bruce's shoulder, and speaks clearly for all the students to hear. For 15 years I was your instructor. You were my disciple. Tonight I see that this is no longer so. Tonight we battled as equals, and you restrained yourself not from weakness but from honor. That shows me you have absorbed not only my methods but my heart. He faces the students. When I trained Bruce, I provided him the structure of Wing Chun. He used that structure and constructed something new, something of his own. Some of you believe this is betrayal. It is not. It is advancement. It is the aim of teaching, not to produce replicas, but to produce masters who exceed you. He turns back toward Bruce and speaks the words that will resonate through martial arts history. Now we are equals, not instructor and disciple, but two masters of the same root. You have honored all I taught by becoming something greater. I am proud of you, my friend. Bruce bows deeply, tears gathering. Sephew, I will forever be your student in my heart. What I have become exists because of what you gave me. I honor you by growing as you taught me to always grow. The 30 students sit in speechless amazement. They witness the close of a teacher-student bond and the beginning of something unheard. Of two masters accepting equality, the elder embracing the new, the tradition blessing the evolution. In the months and years ahead, this moment will be argued. Analyzed, examined, debated. Did Bruce truly match Ip Man, or was I Ip Man showing generosity? Did age slow Ip Man, or did ability elevate Bruce? The response varies with who you inquire, but those who witnessed that night understand the reality. They observed 22 minutes of the greatest Wing Chun ever performed. They watched a master and his disciple battle as equals. They witnessed affection and reverence and the transfer of the torch not through defeat, but through acknowledgement. 5 years later, a man will pass away. December 1972, age 79. 1 year afterward, Bruce Lee will pass. July 1973, age 32. But on this night in March 1967, they stand both at their height, instructor and pupil, clashing as equals, shaping a moment that will define both of their legacies eternally.